So in California, with regards to expungements or clearing your record, we have multiple code sections that apply. And so we need to look into which one is the best option for our client. We also have to take into account the purpose of cleaning the record. For example, for immigration purposes, a mere expungement, which is valid for state convictions and for all purposes, especially for employment, will not be sufficient for immigration. For immigration, you would have to do a motion to vacate. So you do need the analysis of your record of an experienced defense attorney so that they can determine the best option and what will make sure that you get the purpose that you're seeking this cleaning of record for. So the expungement process usually requires, at least in our firm, what we do is we go in and request the complete file. Reason why? Because we need to see exactly what occurred in the underlying case. After studying that, then we go ahead and have a very detailed interview with our clients to determine what is it that you're seeking, what is the purpose, so that we can make sure that the process that we proceed with ultimately fulfills the purpose of our client. So what is the impact of clearing your record, be it through a motion to vacate or through an expungement for future endeavors? Well, as many of you know, it depends on what it is that you want to get out of an expungement or clearing. If it's for immigration purposes, you have to do it through a motion to vacate, and there are requirements that immigration will be seeking to validate that cleaning of your record. As to expungement, it's a petition that we have to prepare to the court in order for them to allow you to withdraw your plea and dismiss the case, ultimately requesting a sealing of that case. Do expungements and motions to vacate apply for employment? I think that is the majority of the reasons that we've seen in many of our cases where people, for example, if they're a driver, or they have a commercial license and they have a DUI in their record. Well, obviously that's going to impede them from getting into big companies and being able to get big brokerage accounts. So an expungement, clearing that record and sealing it will definitely help out, because then it will no longer show up in their record and they have better opportunities to get that account. So what exactly does it mean to have a case expunged? For all intents and purposes, with certain exceptions, it does mean that in an application, for example, for employment, you can say, have you been arrested? No. Have you been convicted? No. Because what that motion did was it allowed you to withdraw that guilty plea and it dismisses the case. There's a caveat, though. If you are applying for a government position, any government employment, or if you're applying for law enforcement, you cannot say no in those applications. You can say, yes, I was arrested. There was a conviction, but the conviction was cleaned. But you do have to expose it in those cases. So if you have any questions about expungements and motions to vacate, please go ahead and give us a call at Confianza Legal.